I must have fell asleep for like an hour or two. I think after I left, I tried to go back to listen because live always like chop up right in a place that's crucial where it'll make it sound like it's totally different than what it was. I think I fell asleep before I actually finished listening, but yeah, it chopped it off up even. Um, and because I fell asleep on it, I think it's on autoplay. So what happened is that I didn't hear the rest of my blog, but somebody else's video came on where they had music playing. It was this weird, creepy music. And as a result, I had a weird ass creepy dream. I don't remember what the dream was about, but when I woke up, it made me miss my mom again. Feeling that came, I'm out of water. I drank like 3 56 gallons. Not 56 gallons, 3 56 containers, 56-ounce containers. And it's like I'm perennially thirsty. And this one is empty. I would have to get up and go to the freezer and get the other one, which I think I'm going to do. I'm that thirsty. Hold on. All right, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. It's not completely frozen, but I'm going to let it sit for a minute just so I can get to a little bit less cold. But yeah, so woke up feeling really sad, and I don't remember the dream, but what I did wake up with was my mom, sadness about my mom. And what it was that I felt was I was real sad because it flashed back. I didn't have any energy to ask any more questions. All my energy that I came back with was dedicated towards love. And it's just, I can't even, it hurts too much to say everything that happened, but I didn't have any energy. And so, when she asked me, why did you even come here? I just broke down and cried. Broke down and cried. It took all of the energy that I had to even get there. And I was on E, like emotionally, I was on E. I was on my last fume. And, love is what powers me, and all I could say at that point, because in life I had already been rejected too many times, and I just, at that point I just said, because I needed to make sure, okay, if, I won't come back again. I had to make sure, because if I didn't want to be guilty of, it being me. And she says, well, don't come back then. And I said, okay, and I immediately left, I mean, it breaks my heart so much, because it's no question about it, like, I can't even check on her or anything, and I guess, what good would it do? She's wise, so I mean, but she's human like everybody else. You can't make anybody, love you that doesn't. And then I went into the thought process of thinking about how you go through life, like I said, believe in all this stuff. I believe in church. I believe in employment. I believed in the legal system. I believed in family. I believed in all of that, and when, people told me different, I didn't want to believe that when they said, oh, your own mom doesn't have to love you, she can do this, that, and other. I was like, that's awful. No mother would ever do that. And my mother never did that. But it's true, they don't have to love you. But I came face to face with real life people that experience those awful things, and you hear about it all the time, all the time on social media about people that have been abused by their parents and stuff. I never been, but I was like, man, not that way. But I don't know. And I thought about that. I went from that and being felt by that to, okay, well, maybe I can make my mom love me, get in a relationship, and it was because of legal, but get into a relationship and I'll bring home a family for my mom. Not for me. I was never planning on having kids, but, I never thought about dating or anything like that, but I don't know, it's just so much. And then I went through the heartbreak of, that relationship that didn't work out because, again, I created a friendship contract, and obviously I didn't know it until now, but, I was a placeholder. And then, and then after that, after the heartbreak from that, and the heartbreak from the legal system, and the heartbreak from the legal system, then family, and so I'm just like, I'm sure there's plenty of more heartbreaks to be had, from different things, but my goodness, and it took me 12 years to get over the ex thing. For the legal thing, it dragged me out another 20 years, and that's kind of in a commingling circle with the mom thing. So I'm just, it's that's a lot. And then, like I said, to already know that employment is a bum type deal, and for me to have to expose myself, expose myself to that. I tried not to have to be in a situation to expose myself to it, but I do. But I do. So I guess, like my daddy used to say way back in the day, if you can't beat them, join them. I have to learn to play that game. I don't know how to play that game. I don't. You have to be manipulative to a certain degree. You have to be, and I don't have it in me. And I don't, like I said, and I said this a lot of times, I think you have to have some degree of manipulativeness to exist in this world and be okay, be successful. But I don't, and I don't want, and I fear that I don't want to. I really don't want to. It's almost like, how they say that, they put a certain type of ingredient in soda because there's so much sugar in it that if you drink it, without it, you would throw it back up. It's the same thing. It's not palatable to me to be manipulative. So, it would have to really be heavily, I would have to be really tricked. Speaking of tricked, I just watched this video about this woman talking about how this particular sister, they said Adderall is the same thing as meth. I don't take any substances at all, but it popped up. And that's the thing about it, though, how everything is such a big ass lie. You demonize one thing, and it's such a fucking lie. You have somebody that's in prison because they sold marijuana, but now, there's people with marijuana dispensary. I'm just so done with it all. I don't use any of the stuff, but it's just, the world is so fucked up. Like I said, I'm happy in it. The only thing that I don't like about it, like I said, because to me, it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm just waiting for the bullshit. I don't know where the bullshit is going to come from. But, if you stay in a job any period of time, you're going to see some bullshit, And do I know how to lay low and just not say anything at all? I don't know. Because that's the part of me that's acting against me, is because I'm so desperate for love and care and, just to be a part of something that my dumb ass, no, I probably won't be able to stay lay low. I want to be so engrossed into everything. And then, I'll be opening myself up to some dumb bullshit. And one thing I noticed about me and jobs, is that how, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And I need to stop doing that. I notice everybody else, they stay quiet. Don't nobody ever see or hear them. It's almost like they don't exist, even to the point if they're breaking a rule where they turn the camera off or whatever they got to do, that's because they don't exist. And then, you know, when it's time to go, they don't immediately leave. They just hang out. They're never the first to go. It's like for me, I'm just out, you know, and that's not good because I think technically, I think on paper it's supposed to be 30 minutes more, but I think everybody else, they didn't say that, but they just stayed there 30 minutes more. I didn't want to. I didn't care. I wanted to be gone, you know, and it's just, I don't know, guys. I can't. It's like a fucking some crazy cycle. And let me see. Can I go back into my whisper? Can I do that while I'm on live? I don't think I can do it this way. But I made a post about that too. It was a letter. I made a couple of letters to myself on Whisper. One of it was a thank you letter from this morning, which ironically by the evening, you know, a bunch of bullshit. But then a few days ago, I talked about, you know, about the whole merry-go-round shit. It's like a big ass merry-go-round. You just going in fucking circles. And I don't want to do that anymore. I want to hop off. I want to get the fuck off of this thing. I'm tired of riding this damn merry-go-round. I want to get off. But anyways, so I guess I'll try to go back to sleep. I did go back to sleep like I said I was at first, but I wanted to see if the live was cutting off, which it was choppy. But you can kind of tell. But the scary part is when it's choppy in parts where you can't tell it actually was chopped, but you know because you was like, I didn't say that. But like I said, I fell asleep probably within the first 5 minutes and then slept for probably an hour or so. And then another video came on after that. That was like some weird ass music. Anyways, good night.